Today we're discussing flood map changes for Morgan County, Georgia. Today we're talking about bad, talking about the ugly, and even the good when it comes to flood map changes happening in Morgan County, Georgia. Now in Morgan County, Georgia, this could impact anywhere from 5 to 10% of the total properties in the county. And it's the first flood map change in several years. So there's a lot of properties that are going to be moved into areas like this. These are considered to be high risk areas. This is going to be where flood insurance is required. Then there's going to be areas that are moved in to areas like this that are considered to be low risk zones. This is where insurance is not going to be required. Then there's going to be areas that are just kind of staying the same, or they're staying in the high risk area. They might be going from a flood zone A to an AE. Now, in Morgan County, because you're in one of Georgia's biggest lake communities, this area has a lot of flood zone A, which means in many situations there's not a base flood elevation. So now let's talk about all these changes happening, being moved in, being moved out, staying in there. What are the flood insurance options in these areas? Well, remember, you've got the National Flood Insurance Program. And remember now, no matter what type of loan you have, now you have access to private flood insurance. In Georgia, there could be more than 30 different private flood insurance options. It's important that you understand when looking at these, there's not just one option. You want to look at longer term impacts. You want to look at, hey, what's going to happen to your rate increase? For example, with the National Flood Insurance Program, they have a statutory rate increase of 18% every year. Does your private flood insurance have that? Are you using an admitted company in Georgia or using not admitted? Understanding the difference in those. What's that premium going to be in year 3, year 4, year 5? We call this long-term rate stability. You want to ask these questions when you're purchasing flood insurance. So what if you don't agree with being placed in one of these zones? Can you find it? You absolutely can. And this is something we help people with every day. It's called a flood zone change or a letter of map amendment. And this is where you go from being in one of these high-risk flood zones to being in the lower risk flood zones. So what are some of the benefits of this? Well, it could be an increase in property value. It could be that flood insurance is not required. Does that mean you shouldn't purchase it? No, because as you can see right here, it doesn't take water long to get from here to here. So you should always keep flood insurance whether it's required or not in these areas. But these are all the changes that are happening, what your flood insurance options are, and if you can fight it. So if you're ready to take the next steps to purchasing flood insurance or fighting this change, 3 simple steps. Step 1, fill out the form. Step 2, receive a customized flood insurance proposal from us. And step 3, pick the plan that best fits your needs. Thank you.